profound, illuminating, original. 3 words I'd use to explain Richard Flanagan's question 7, but I definitely wouldn't stop at 3. I would say moving, intimate, angry, tender, unsparing, devastating, strange, extraordinary, compassionate, caring, philosophical, and actually just all-round brilliant. Richard Flanagan won the Baillie Gifford Prize for Nonfiction with this question 7. And in fact, he is the only person in history to have won both the Booker Award for Fiction and the Baillie Gifford for Nonfiction. The 2 Oscars of literature, the gold medals, he's won both for fiction and nonfiction. And the title of this book, Question 7, was inspired by Chekhov. And what Richard Flanagan has done is he was saying that Chekhov's always felt that his role in literature was not to provide the answers, but to ask the necessary questions. And what one of his earlier works, one of Chekhov's earlier works, was a bit of a parody on these mental almost word sums that they asked of children. And this was question 7 in this particular book. And the question goes, Wednesday, June the 17th, 1881, a train had to leave station A at 3 a.m. in order to reach station B at 11 p.m. Just as the train was about to depart, however, an order came that the train had to reach station B by 7 p.m. Who loves longer, a man or a woman? Who? What? Why? You may well ask. So what Richard Flanagan is saying is that this question 7, as he says, is that Chekhov says that this question 7 is about how the world from which we presume to derive meaning and purpose is not actually the true world. In other words, Chekhov's genius lay in the fact that he never actually presumed to give an answer, which I think is what Richard Flanagan is doing with this himself. So essentially, it's almost unpundownable as a genre, as a kind of read. It has got so many sides to it. So it's his story, Richard Flanagan's story, in a sort of memoir. It's a love story, in fact, to his native Tasmania. It's his parents' story. It's the story of his father as a prisoner of war in Japan. He was an Australian prisoner of war who was put to work as a slave laborer, essentially, on a coal mine. It's the story of a bum called Little Boy and a man called Thomas Ferriby, who pushed the lever, said bomb away, and the bomb landed on Hiroshima, which was not even 50 kilometers from where Richard Flanagan's father was imprisoned. It's a story of cause and effect. It's a story of chain reactions. It's so many different things. It will stretch you. It will challenge you. It will take you down, I don't know how many rabbit holes. I can't tell you how much I want to now watch Oppenheimer again and see more of the background to the atomic bomb. But the praise for this book has been dramatic. I'll just read you Peter Carey, who is a fellow Australian. He says, a profoundly moving love story for the writer's parents, a forensic excavation, a lament, a confession, a jigsaw puzzle in which Hiroshima connects to H.G. Wells and the Martians colonized Tasmania. We are all competitive, of course, so this is not an easy thing to say, but question 7 may just be the most significant work of Australian art in the last 100 years. That's what Peter Carey had to say. I urge you to read it. Richard Flanagan, Question 7, and it is published by Chasher and Windus.